In a shocking turn of events, Ukraine has just pulled off one of its boldest moves in the Black Sea. Reports confirm that a Russian warship, allegedly valued at over $500 million and believed to be transporting Iranian Shah drones, has been destroyed in a devastating Ukrainian strike. The vessel was seen as a critical lifeline for Russia's campaign, supplying the very drones that have been terrorizing Ukrainian cities for months. Yet in a carefully planned operation, Kyiv managed to catch Moscow completely off guard, striking hard where it hurt the most. The targeted ship was part of Russia's Black Sea Fleet, operating under heavy protection and assumed to be untouchable by Ukraine's forces. But this war has shown time and again that assumptions can be fatal. Ukrainian intelligence reportedly tracked the ship's movements for days, waiting for the perfect moment to launch their attack. When the strike came, it was swift, precise, and devastating, leaving the massive vessel in flames before it slipped beneath the waves. For Moscow, it was another humiliating reminder that even their most expensive assets are vulnerable in this war. At the center of this operation were Shah drones, the Iranian-made weapons that Russia has deployed in large numbers against Ukrainian infrastructure and civilian targets. Each drone is relatively cheap compared to advanced missiles, but when launched in swarms, they can overwhelm defenses and cause massive destruction. Ukraine knew that cutting off this supply chain would be a game changer. By sinking a ship believed to be carrying these drones, Kyiv not only eliminated a valuable transport, but also delivered a symbolic blow to both Russia and Iran's growing military partnership. Military analysts say this strike highlights Ukraine's evolving capabilities in naval warfare. Despite lacking a traditional navy to match Russia's dominance in the Black Sea, Ukraine has relied on innovation using drones, missiles, and advanced Western intelligence to cripple Russian assets. This is the same strategy that sank the Moskva, the Black Sea flagship, back in 2022. Now, with another major warship destroyed, Russia faces mounting pressure to defend its supply routes and rethink its reliance on vulnerable sea transport. The financial loss alone is staggering. A $500 million warship is not easily replaced, especially under current international sanctions that restrict Russia's access to critical parts and advanced technology. But the psychological blow may be even worse. Every successful Ukrainian strike on Russian ships undermines Moscow's image of strength and reminds the world that Russia is not invincible. The message is clear: Ukraine can and will strike back, even against heavily defended targets. This development also raises serious questions for Iran, which has been supplying Russia with Shah drones despite international condemnation. The destruction of a vessel carrying these drones exposes the risks of deeper involvement in the conflict. It signals that Ukraine and its Western allies are watching every move closely and will act decisively to cut off the flow of weapons that fuel Russia's aggression. As news of the strike spreads, Kyiv has celebrated it as another victory in its fight for survival. Ukrainian officials describe it as a turning point in their efforts to neutralize Russia's drone campaign. Meanwhile, in Moscow, silence and denial dominate the narrative, with state media either downplaying the incident or refusing to acknowledge the loss altogether. But satellite images, eyewitness accounts, and rising tensions across the region tell a different story, one of a major setback for the Russian Navy and a strategic triumph for Ukraine. The war in Ukraine has become a test of endurance, innovation, and resilience. By sinking a $500 million ship and cutting off a critical supply of Iranian drones, Kyiv has not only shifted momentum in the Black Sea, but also reminded the world that creativity and determination can outmatch brute force. Moscow didn't see it coming, and that may be the biggest lesson of all.